Two. Hey folks, how's it going? It's a Wednesday. Sort this t-shirt out. There we go. It's Wednesday. We're halfway through the week, and we do some Blender stuff. A good friend of mine, I mentioned before, Ashley, who did the Lego transition for me. Very cool dude. Knows his Blender stuff. In fact, that Lego transition was made in Blender, which is pretty awesome. He's giving me some tips for texturing in Blender. So I've just been playing around that off stream, hence being slightly late. And I think we've actually got what we need. I'll go have a look around, see what other textures there are, but I'm pretty happy. Pretty happy so far with this one. There's fast improvement because it actually looks like fabric. But I've not looked at all of the textures yet. So we'll do that to begin with. And then if we're happy with that, we'll go to like tweaking things a bit. Maybe I need to rebuild this model. But I'm doing this as a initial kind of prototype, at the very least. The final model, I don't think I'll use this as the final model, but for all the promo kind of materials, like sort of screenshots and beta kind of, or alpha, I should say, alpha kind of shots. I'll be using this one probably while I work on improving the model. So we'll switch over to the main screen and show you what we're looking at. Look at that cool Lego brick animation there. Need to learn how to do that. But we're getting there. We're getting better at Blender as we try more and more things. And that's the main thing. You've got to keep trying these. So you may notice this looks better already. It is a little bit iffy where the mesh wasn't exactly great. You can see it's kind of stretched and stuff. It looks more like a pop, like maybe bubble wrap or something. Especially you can see where the mesh was a little bit dodgy on the side here and across the back. It kind of shows up the imperfections of the mesh. So we'll have a look what else we have here. Greetings, music sounds sad. Play Cathedral Rot. You know what? I probably should. Yeah, I'm currently playing Valley of the Wind, Japanese fantasy inspired background music. No AI. That's what it's called in a YouTube video. But greetings, Jeffrey. I hope you're doing well. I hope it's been a good week so far for you. Let's get Bandcamp open. I still have not purchased. I've not purchased the albums yet. Hence why I'm going to have to go on to Bandcamp. Look at my collection and then have a look at my wish list, because it's certainly on my wish list. Let's kill that. I mean, you could do the reggae I sent you as well. I could do, but I'm sure the reggae would flag. I'd rather not have my YouTube videos flag. For some reason, I think these kind of like music compilation videos I find on YouTube tend to be okay. They don't tend to kind of flag anything. Where's my wish list? I'm sure I wish listed it. Maybe not. Maybe I had it open and I didn't click on anything. How rude. How rude of me. Okay. Cathedral of Rot. Let's grab that link from the Discord. It'll be easiest, I think. Where is it? Rave Warehouse. That's where it was. Cathedral of Rot. It's not in your collection yet. It's in those 11 people fastest I've had donations ever. That's pretty awesome. You know you're not just making niche music when you instantly have people jumping on it. Because yeah, you can make good music, but if it's still niche, people are going, well, it's not really the kind of thing I'm into. Personally, I'm into a lot of stuff that is probably considered niche. As long as I can I can kind of vibe with it. I go with it. Like, I'm not really kind of tied to genres, but I have certain favourite genres, as you know, and probably lesser favourite genres. But certainly, if I can kind of like, I can bob around to it and sort of enjoy the feeling of the music, then I'm usually on board. I would like to get back into making my own music. I've said this many times, but I have too many pies to put fingers into right now. And I would like to have all my fingers in all the pies, but realistically, there is too many pies. And one of those pies is Blender, one of them is Unity. And I'm already trying to create something. But once I've got used to Unity and used to Blender, to the point I can just pick them up and use them like any other tool, I'll get back into making music, and I can make some stuff for my own projects, as well as outsourcing to awesome folk as well. Yes, you dislike my 5.5 static noise releases, which doesn't me. Yeah, I can't vibe with static noise, unfortunately. Yeah, let's play a bit of Cathedral Rot. There we go. Turn it down a little bit. About there? Probably about there. A bit lower. There we go. Needs to be beneath my speaking volume. 5.5 hours. Oh, that's your one stream. So this is all your vocal as well. Hi, sell emotes. Hey, Lisa. Sell the best emotes. Yeah, I'll try Blackfire Covenant offline. Yeah, I definitely want to listen to them all. There tends to be these days that I don't listen to music unless it's in the car. And if it's in the car, I normally hit playlist. So I do need to make a playlist of things I need to listen to. Do everything it needs releases, yes. But I use programs like Melodyne. That's cool. There's those awesome emotes. Next, I know you're quite good with guitar, obviously good with vocal, and then digital instruments as well. Now these drums sound like they've been recorded live, but I know you would have used them digitally. The thing is, even if you record live drums, I've heard so many bands that over-process their live drum recordings to the point that they sound like this anyway. So, yeah, it can quite easily be mistaken for live drums. There's Early Tone Cult 2 drum plugin. Nice. I should certainly try and remember that when I get around to trying to record my own stuff. But I suppose drums, as far as like producing digitally, are kind of like any percussion seems to be fairly straightforward to mimic the sound. It's a sudden burst of audio energy. I've looked at a lot of waveforms for drums, and you can see they're kind of just like a burst, and so you can like shape the way the drum sound is to kind of give it more punch, or more like a trail off, or you can kind of just shape it around. For how basic that percussion sound can be. It's when you come to try and making guitars, I've not heard a convincing artificial guitar. Trying to mimic strings to that level just seems to be quite difficult. So you can record your own strings live. And that's obviously to benefit, which is why I started learning bass guitar. Because I wanted to actually record live bass into dance music. Because you can't quite replicate that. You can get some pretty decent bass. But I wanted that sort of, that kind of more authentic guitar bass sounds. Rigatone, I'm not sure how you say that. Is it Agritone? Got way more plugins as well. It's a good company. I shall check them out. I'm so far behind on plugins. Like, I know Serum's still pretty decent, and I used to look into Massive. I don't think Massive is used as much these days. So yeah, I did have a copy of Massive at one stage, and I've got an old copy of Serum somewhere. I know they're pretty good for like general synthesizing of stuff. It's a lovely cup of tea. Okay, so the texture I've chosen is white pebbled leather. So that's probably why that. Flat grain white leather. Geometric wave patterns. Ancient ornamental fabric pattern. Let's try that one. Oh, that's pretty cool. Maybe as like a... Look at that. So these are textures that have been uploaded for free. You can see the artist in the bottom corner there. So this one's by Nikhil G. Krishan. But these have just been uploaded for free for people to use. Now that would be pretty cool to actually find this and use as a robe in the game, I'd say. I like the way the light shines off of that. It's not the default I'm going for. I want like a pretty standard fabric, but I like that as a something you can find and go, oh, I'd like to switch my robe out to that kind of texture. Snake skin. Ooh. Wood, copper, pool water, water, sand, black rock texture. So some of this might be useful for the actual gate itself. Patterned soft fabric. Let's see what that's like. That's like a kind of like a quilt. So it basically looks like she's just got out of bed and taken the sheet with her. Not quite what we're going for. Road. It's got a nice tarmacy look. All from the same guy as the last one. So that's pretty cool. Solar panel. Silk fabric texture. Oh, this might be something. Shall we give this a colour tone? Those eyes are still cursed. Yeah, I need to do something about those eyes. Oh. You know what? This might be the texture I'm looking for. Obviously you zoom right in, it looks a bit weird, but the point is you're not going to see the character from him. Probably the closest you'll see the character is probably this. Realistically, probably not even that close. So I plan to, most of the gameplay I plan to probably have her about this distance away. As you're running along and stuff. Kind of have her about there on the screen. Probably a little bit closer, maybe about there. No, maybe there. Yeah, probably about there on the screen. But there will be instances where you'll see her probably about this close. But certainly not any closer than that. Because it needs to be close enough you can see her plus whoever she's talking to. So maybe someone here and talking to them there. Then when you come to play the game again, you're kind of watching her running around from this angle. But you know what, I'm quite happy with that texture. Quite happy with that. What I will do is save that. Add a massive cube. Floor or metal passage. Yeah, I'm going to have a look at a few other golden metallic fabric. For that same sort of height. Glossy black carbon fibre. Concrete. It's a pretty convincing concrete. Muddy, cracked ground. Bronze, cast metal. Rugged, rocky terrain. I'm liking it. This is from a website called what was it? Blend. Let's find it. I put the links in my Discord earlier. A Blender Kit. So blenderkit.com, and it's basically like a free marketplace where people upload textures and models they've made, but they also, you can also sell on there as well. If you want to sell some of these, you can put a price against it. So in some ways it almost works like Bandcamp but for Blender stuff, where there's a lot of free stuff but there's also stuff you have to pay for. And it's all royalty free, so if I wanted to use this in the game I can. But what I can't do is sell this to somebody. I can't go, here's a texture, pay me money kind of thing. But I can put it in the game and then sell the game. Which is fair, I think. Pretty cool. flesh. Big slab of meat. Yeah, I suppose if you want to texture something that's some kind of NPC or something that's been sliced. Concrete. Let's try a brick. What does a brick look like? Nice. Wooden plank. Grass. Yeah, grass seems okay. Glossy plastic gel. Oh, it's transparent. That's cool. Ooh. Well, that's a better wall. Yeah, it fits my stream theme now. Nice, so I need to... Ooh! Metal engraved dark demon skull. Oh, that's a cool texture. Not sure what you'd use that for, but very cool. Yeah, very cool indeed. Yeah, I don't know how you would apply that. Maybe like individual tiles, like if you do like a black tiled wall, maybe with one of these every so many tiles. I'm guessing. I don't know. What would you use this texture for? Like the other album, Better Right. Yes. Yeah, the other one. The other one really I enjoyed more. Not to say I like this one as well, but I certainly enjoyed the other one more. That's a pretty cool texture. I like that. Red fabric. Yep, that looks like a red fabric. Gold, straight up gold. I like the other one as well, but with the masses it's way less popular there. So I don't tend to go with what the masses like. That's certainly a gold block. Very nice gold, that. Same, yeah. Pure silver metal. I could spend hours looking at these textures. Oh, wooden. Yeah, it certainly looks wooden to me. Probably need to scale that one, I think. Anyway, let's close that. So I've now got a menu at the top here for Blender Kit. So I can just pick up textures or models. Like if I go, let's delete that a cube and go up to here. Whoops. Find models. So all these models here are free for me to download and use. And that's made in Blender. That's amazing. These people just upload it for free. Like a TP-Link router. Someone's modeled a TP-Link router and just gone, here you go. If anyone wants to use a TP-Link router. plywood hut is pretty cool. Bicycle. So a health potion might be fun. Ah. So it seems downloading models kills Blender. So I tried downloading a model earlier before I started streaming. So I'm going to have to see if I can download them offline. And then bring them into Blender, because it doesn't like me doing that. Which of the albums will end up in your collection? Probably both. Probably both the new ones. Definitely not the Noise album. Yeah, I'll be getting both of them. You're not using Lisa's emote. So listen to my complete noise backlog. I don't have that one, it's T3 sub. I do like the bit in this song where it's you've layered your vocal, where you got the trail off of one scream, and then you start the next line before it finishes. That's pretty cool. 40 plus albums, some of them multiple hours long. Wow. There they are. There's the frowny faces. None of them are listenable or good. Now, what I would probably do with the Noise album is I would probably push them through like an effects processor and then see what new sounds I can make from those noises. Like kind of put them through filters and different effects and see if I can make something rhythmic out of them. Maybe sample and chop them. I make them as coping effects, not as something to listen to. That's, yeah. A lot of music is obviously expression of the artist. There's a lot of paintings. Like there are artists that would just get like big tubs of paint and throw paint on a canvas with no real thought, just kind of however they feel. They're like this colour here, lots of colour there, and kind of make something that's messy and go, well, this canvas is a feeling I had at the time. It wasn't me trying to make something, this was just throwing all kinds of things on the canvas, and this is the result. And sometimes you get some pretty interesting stuff, and it is purely just expression. There's no methods, there's no kind of direction, it's just expression in the form of art. So I've got a couple of friends who like doing expressionist kind of paint on canvas. Sometimes it's partially directed, like they'll pick the colours beforehand, so they'll look at the colours and go, okay, these colours here will go nicely together no matter what I do, and then just leave it up to their feelings to how those colours get applied onto the canvas. And yeah, some pretty cool pieces of art. I would love to buy some of them because I do sell them. But as you can see, my wall space is very limited. So it's all the art I love looking at and I would love to get a copy of. I have nowhere to put it. And I don't want to buy art for it to be put away somewhere to gather dust. And it breaks my heart sometimes because I would love to own some people's arts. But yeah, maybe when I got my own house, I'll buy some art off my friends and put it on the wall. My father has a lot of abstract modern art he collects from a certain old collective called Cobra Collective. Oh, interesting. That's cool. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to go back to basic. Now we need to give her more clothing beyond this because she has a naked butt underneath there and we can't be having that. So what we are going to do is hide the cloak and make her... She is not naked, she's just wearing a very skin tight suit. So we need to kind of give her at least something on the bottom here. Even this close now, yes. So we need to put a shape around her. So put the cloak back on for now. So what's she likely going to be wearing? Probably like loose, like a loose baggy trousers maybe. Let's think, what would a medieval... Because I don't want to gender the clothing too much. So I think, what would a young medieval person wear? Probably need to have to do a little bit of a Google and say, okay, what clothing would someone likely to wear, and I'll try and make that. Actually, let's do it on my main computer rather than my laptop, because I can then bring it straight in now. Just put you at the bot over there so I can still read chat while I'm doing this. Medieval fantasy dress. There we go. Because I know typically the women wear long dresses. And maybe I could... Now that definitely does not look AI in the slightest. Not in the games I play. Now typically a lot of the clothing you see which you associate with like medieval time periods are more like noble, like nobleman, noble person. But not say she's a peasant, because I don't want to have too much of a class divide in Moongate Mage. I want it to be more like there's kind of you have like the royalty and you have people of power, but they're not lording that power necessarily over. They're kind of like, well, they're in charge, but they're not they don't have money. Like, I'm not going to really discuss a financial system within the game. So it's not really the case some people have more money than others, it's just some people have more things. So I'm not going to try and indicate too much of a class divide. Because I could try and make something like this. Try that. That's way too big. Yeah, like, this is the kind of dress that comes to mind when you think of more feminine medieval clothing. But that is certainly, as somebody who has money. So I don't want to go down that route. As nice as it is, it's very cool. Reminds me of Fiona's dress in Shrek. Yeah, exactly. Like the dress you see the princesses wear in like Shrek, for instance, are very much kind of royalty. So that would be cool to actually. It would be cool to model that. But I think that's actually £15 for a child. That is. So if you want your child to look like Fiona from Shrek, £15 on Amazon apparently. Oh, it's £7 delivery. Ooh. As far as I can tell, even like lower class clothing is just as fancy, but more muted colours. Like colour in itself is kind of a sign of money, I suppose. Like the brighter the colour, the better quality of the fabric, the more money you had. So I can certainly create some of these. That is certainly a musketeer fancy dress costume here, which I don't think the musketeers wore, because it's more than halfway up her thighs. I don't think they wore that. I suppose in quote sexy musketeer costume, I suppose it would be called. Without jokes, ones you decide to buy from albums and you do one at a time, do this one first. I think it's best for algorithm. So maybe within the first week. Cool. I'll tell you what. Close that. Is that finished? I think it has. Let's play the other albums. Do Blackfire comments. It's an independent release on Bandcamp. You have no problems. Sure, let's grab that. You sent me that on it was direct message, wasn't it? Oh yeah, there's all the reggae. There it is. Oh wow, is it? Yeah, it's got a whole album there. Yeah, let's play that then. We'll see what happens to the stream. Hopefully it doesn't get problem. It's not reggae stance. Oh yeah, yeah. Independent, same license as my death metal. Okay. Well, that's cool then. Yeah, it's a good thing about the independent stuff. It's not going to be registered necessarily. Might still be. Okay, I'm liking this already. Yeah, I'm liking it. Good recommendation. Now translate for me, it's English, they say. Your native tongue, not mine. Yeah, I couldn't tell you what the lyrics are. Might have to listen to it a few times and I could probably tell you. Yes, translate. There's a sub language of English, which is kind of like a Jamaican English, which is where the Roadman language in London comes from. Oops. Patois. That may come from the shadows. There's the Roadman language in London is a derivative of Jamaican English. So you have a lot of young white men speak Jamaican English, basically. And it's referred to as Roadman. So it's probably a lot of Jamaican immigrants in that live in London. So it's almost a sub-language in itself. Van Camp says Suriname though, but that's also Caribbean, so probably some Caribbean English hybrid thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of like blended languages. Favorite song is the last one actually. Okay. Now, I don't think this is strictly traditional medieval, but it's been labelled as medieval. That looks almost a Japanese military fusion kind of dress. Like on the website, this is saying this dress is medieval, but I don't think that is strictly medieval. It's very cool though. But I could see that in more like a Japanese type game. But I might try making costumes, clothing in the game similar to that. I suppose a lot of medieval clothing was tights, wasn't it? Like men and women wore tights. And then they wore some kind of shorts like clothing. So I suppose that the character could be wearing tights with a shorts combination. Although it could just be like baggy, typically just baggy clothing. I'd wear that. I could see you wearing that. Ever see me in lingerie or summer dresses? Bomba class. I don't know. I know there are photos that exist of you wearing lingerie. I don't think I've actually seen them. I think you've probably offered them before. And try find. Jeffrey wants to start an OnlyFans with those pics. Well, if you're comfortable wearing that clothing and you're quite happy people seeing it, then there's bound to be a market out there. There's people that are paid for anything. That's not a bad costume actually. How about this one? Nice, you bought both. Indeed. I wanted to buy both, so I bought both. Didn't spend as much as I have in the past, but I'm trying to work out what is going on with the clothing now. Is it kind of... No, £1 for every minute of noise in my latest noise album. Yeah. That's a money maker right there. So this costume is supposed to be called Huntress. I'm quite liking the general look of it. I think it might work. Let's load that one up. I like the patterning on that. Looks difficult to make. Green one, I mean. Oh yeah, the green one certainly. Yeah. I'd like to give it a go as like a test of skill, but certainly not right now. Like once I get better and I want to like challenge myself, I think I might go for trying something like that. But this one, like, it looks a pretty simple costume. I'm trying to work out, she's basically wearing tights, but what's around the middle there? Is it just like half a skirt? Because it's not like, it doesn't come right across the front. Half skirt, yes. So that's certainly, I can make something like that. But yeah, I think what's going to work on my character is probably giving her tights and boots like that. Now, I'm not sure to give her like a shorts or like a half skirt thing like that. Basically just kind of to cover the butt. But that's certainly, I like the way the shoulders kind of come off as well. That's pretty cool. But I planned for the most part the character to kind of have this this gown, this kind of cloak. Because it's quite wizardy, isn't it, to kind of have a cloak, a drapey, floaty thing that you can kind of swish around. And but if you want to see what they're wearing as a top, maybe the front needs to be kind of open down the front and just held together with a cord or a chain or something. I think once I'm happy with the shape of the cloak, I could probably cut it, flatten it, and then use that to redo the geometry of it. I don't know, I need to work out the geometry on that. But I certainly like that costume there. Huntress costume. That's $26, that one. Can I buy that? Let's see if there's any other options for medieval. Because a lot of even male costumes wear like a baggy trouser and a tunic that kind of comes down and covers the butt area. So it's kind of like from the shoulders down over the butt. So potentially I could make her a tunic. So like tights or baggy trousers with a tunic. And the tunic comes down, so covering the midsection. Because a lot of medieval clothing seems to have tunics. So I put into Google medieval fancy dress and it's come back with carrot costume. Basically a full-length adult carrot costume. It's just a man dressed as a carrot. I don't think that is what I looked for, Google. And there's a gothic dress for women. Looks very nice, but that's not medieval. Like a dark blood red velvet with netted shoulders and sleeves. Very cool looking, but don't think that's quite medieval. That looks more Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is obviously inspired, but I want it to be fairly traditional looking. You got Woody from Toy Story, not medieval, sorry Google. I think it's just taking fancy dress. Maybe I should take away the fancy dress and just go. The fancy dress is kind of simplified, which is kind of what I'm going for. I want it to be simplified dress. Pirate captain. Doesn't even look like a pirate and certainly not medieval. Yeah, I think it's probably going to be tights and a tunic. Because that makes it fairly genderless. I know typically women wore dresses, but it's not to say a woman can wear tights and a tunic anyway. She kind of looks Muslim now. What, my character or the picture? Character, okay. Yeah, let's go for move your chat back over here. Turn off the image. So what we're going to do, we're going to make some tights, and we're going to then cover the bottom half with tights. So we take that off, and we'll make a shape, a couple of like leg shapes. We go add cube. Love the voice sounds, deep ones. Oh yeah, yeah, like the bass, the vocal, like a deep vocal kind of sound. Very cool. It's almost throat singing, isn't it? Probably about there. This song is about the old president's son being tortured in hell. Oh, interesting. I recognise the name. It was from our former colony, so he's on the news a lot. Oh, okay. He had led some bloody civil wars, so among a lot of citizens not happy. Yeah, I figures. That's probably about the best we can do with lining that up. Probably about there as well. Call that T-leg .r. Also very corrupt. Ooh. Country bankrupt, but he got rich from dealing cocaine in other countries instead of governing the country. Oh. His name was Desi, so immediately recognised that when I heard the song for the first time. Ah. I think this is the way we need to do it. I remember the video correctly. And delete the faces, all the faces but the front and the back. I learned this some time ago, and now I recognise in this album, Dopey means demon in Patois. Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, I need to combine these two shapes together. Why is that not subdividing? Probably should have divided it beforehand, but okay, what's going on here then? Ah. Okay. I'm subdividing the one side. There we go. Subdivide. Reminds me of a satellite now. So we need to basically attach this bit in the middle here. Can't remember which one we need to do. That's it. Lock it to X. Might as well do it both at the same time. enjoying. There we go. To merge vertices by distance. Cool, that worked nicely. Let's do the same on this side. Merge vertices by distance. Cool. You basically have trousers or tights or now I might have to quickly look up how to what the next stage of this is. There's cloth, and there's something about sewing, I think. Sewing, there it is. Maximum sewing force. It's good ritualistic music. Too bad all others support Jar, which is basically Christianity. Okay. Well, I'm gonna hit save on this before going any further. Boom. Preacher cat asthma. It's quite a lyric. Now he wants the gravity to be 0, really. Where's the I've done this. Vertex mass. No mass. Shape collisions. It was one of the first I tested with a new amp in the living room. Ooh, nice. I bet that sounded awesome. Does he need to have a rigid body? They're not supposed to fall off. Let's grab another track to listen to. Wonderful album. And now expanded my collection. Could listen to actually open it, please. I would like to see it. There we go. You now know breath manually. Yeah. Now breathe manually. That's what you said, not breath. Now breathe manually. I've been doing that anyway. I don't breathe properly. I might consider actually buying that album. Blood Clot Ritual. What am I missing here? She's already got a collision? Does it need collision? Almost never do since I don't use the Bandcamp app. That's fair. Yeah, I find it useful when I'm driving. I can just open the Bandcamp app and then just kind of play any albums I've purchased. Which is what I've done with some of your previous albums. So I go, oh, I want to listen to that, and I don't have to download it. And you say you go for it. Awesome. I download it, put in iTunes anyway. Yeah, like I don't have iTunes on my phone, and most of the music I listen to is on my phone. The amount of music I have on this computer right now, and I don't listen to it. I usually just go straight to YouTube or other streaming services and just stream music. There's even that albums I have on CD that I end up streaming. I actually have like 4 albums in my collection on Bandcamp, and they're all because you get them for free with merch. Ah, nice. What am I missing? Well, I go dog walk. Oh yes, go walk the dog. I'll see you shortly. Yes, be right back. Be right back indeed. I'll see you both shortly. Let's put the stiffness right down. We don't want the fabric to be stiff in the slightest. Okay, that shrank. Not quite what I was going for. Well, that exploded. Wasn't quite expecting that. Yay. Love the Rotties. I'm going to have to do a quick Google.
Today I'm going to show you how to create a realistic
Just watching a quick video on how to make the clothing. Okay, so it's making the shape of the clothing. Okay, so it's got the shape. So, from what I can tell, he's actually leaving the bits that surround the sides. So I can probably put those back in. Oh, so you leave the... Okay, so he's done something that I haven't.
In the crypt, beating us.
So let's remove the cloak. So let's hide. We're just basically working on this.
Through candle flame, eyes like grave soil, lips like shame.
So basically, we just need to
Blood still warm on her satin glove. We
put
drank
the side on.
and called it love. Tangled in lace,
Okay.
sacrament's breath. Our kiss was a vow. Our bed was
I want it to be I want to grid fill. Some Control F? No. Shift F. I've got any grid fill now.
my name with bone and grin. A covenant sealed in Pharaoh's sin.
It's a bridge.
Chalice of tears. Altar of skin. The dark began.
Interesting. Not what I'm after, but it's good to know.
No gods, no light. Just velvet chains. Ecstasy drips like funeral rain. A sigh, a moan.
Let's do a quick Google for grid fill. Yeah, Control F. That's what I pushed. Grid fill.
Crimson devotion. Bye, bye, bye. We bloom in sorrow. We burn in night. Veins entwine. We fade, we fall. Two cursed hearts. One endless thrall. And when the sun forgets to
Okay. Try again. Grid fill. There we go. That's what we wanted to do. So we need to attach the top and bottom to start with. Grid fill. Now we've done that, we don't actually want the faces. So it's delete, but delete selected vertices, edges, or faces only. Right, that's what we wanted. So we need to keep the connections. Right, let's watch the rest of the video. So, soft body, so on collisions, let's go to collisions. Dampening all the way up, outer 0.0, 0.1. The same with the, so that's down to 0.1. So delete the cloth modifier and reapply it.
Shattered glass becomes the drum. Feedback storms will make us numb. Twist of flesh are shattered.
So we set it to 15, so we want the cloth quality steps to 15. Oh. The vertex mass. Vertex mass, so I can probably put that down a little bit. Okay, now what? Collisions. Quality 8. Integrity body off. Let's find the cloth collisions. There we go. So that quality needs to go up to 8. Reduce distance to the lowest it will go. Self collisions need to be ticked on. Distance down to minimal. Into shape. Activate sewing. We need to go into cache. Into cache setting, let's put smaller value. They're recommending 50. Let's put her body back in. We go bake. Well, that's not doing anything now. Okay. That's kind of cool. Not what I was going for, but maybe I need more vertices to work with. Need to make it a bit wider. Kind of like a split down the middle kind of skirt thing. So I probably need to extend further out than the current one is. So let's go let's delete, well, hide the body. Hide the body. We just want to extend this out a little bit. Bring that out. We'll probably even go as far as like halfway through there. Do the same on this side. do that. See if this helps matters or makes it worse, you never know. Let's bring the body back in. Bake and see what we get. Okay, nearly baked. Cool. Let's see what we get. I know what I did. I know what I did. Delete the bake. I didn't stitch the middle, did I? So that's why it's only stitching the bit in the outside. I need to stitch it down the centre. No clue, just returned. Welcome back. Hopefully it was a pretty uneventful dog walk. Favourite from this album is Crimson Devotion. I need to listen to it again and kind of pick out my favourite, I think. I'm quite liking this track though. It's quite raw. Plus I like the those little like interludes. Connecting edge loops overlap. Okay, we can do those ones, that's fine. It's the end of that album. I wish Bandcamp was a little bit if I want to see your entire discography, it doesn't make it easy to see such things. Unless it just shows you the only album you've got. That's probably what it's doing. Let's go back to my collection. No, did not want to. Yeah, let's play this one. Ah, it's done, yeah. Ah, Witch House. Yep. Oh, the surviving project that is. Ah. Right. I think we got there. Let's put the body back in. Let's bake the stitching or the sewing. First release 2013, the latest 2025. Wow. Looks pornographic in a weird way. And I suppose it could be. And unsurprisingly, the word pornographic has been censored on my alt. I was expecting that though. Yeah, that's looking better. I think I need a little bit more, maybe a few more vertices there, but at least it's stitched down the centre. Let's go a couple more frames. Oh, they fall off. Slide off our feet. No. Okay, we're getting closer. Getting closer. Let's extend that out to that far side. And look at this side, grab those vertices. And drag that out to there. Hello, Panda. Hey, Cobbler, how's it going? Good to see you. Saw you lurking there. Thank you for hanging out in the lurkers. How's it going? We're playing around with clothing still. Yes, sir. Know what all that's doing? It's going well, glad to hear. Was messing around with Blender while lurking. Cool. Hope you're well. I am well indeed, actually. I'm very well. Thank you. There's a bit of a... Today was a bit of a dull day, generally. It was coldish, raining, dark clouds. Nothing going on in the office. But this evening has been far, far better than my workday. So that dance hall music just now, is that DJable? Since now it comes from DJ background, its origin. I can try. I want to DJ again. I could probably do like a, rather than like a DJ set, I can probably start just messing around on the decks and do like a mess around DJ stream just as like a soft launch of my DJ streams again, and just kind of throw tracks in there and go, oh, with this mix, we can just play around with music, and then I can go back to doing sets again. By the way, I was trying to post some renders in your art channel, but can't attach an image somehow. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe I've not given you the permission. Let's find. There you are, Cobbly. Let's have a look. So game dev should be able to post. Maybe not. Maybe I've not given the game dev. Tell you what. Let's. I don't know what the difference between those two. Yeah, my permissions in my Discord really need sorting out, because I've made a few different like titles depending on what streams you watch. Okay, so I've labelled you as a game dev because you do game dev stuff yourself. But Dev Delights, I've labelled you as a Dev Delight as somebody who watches dev streams. Embed links, attach files, reactions, emojis. Okay, now you might be able to do it. Yeah, because I think I didn't actually give you a proper permission role. Cobbler, I gave you the game dev role to say that you make game dev stuff, but I didn't give you like a game dev viewer role. Yeah, so I've got viewer roles. There we go. I can see that coming up now. Oh, those are cool. I like that. It's very sci-fi kind of. Is this supposed to be like a mental hospital vibe thing going on? Zero game dev knowledge. That's okay. Like, the thing is, a lot of people think that they can't be game dev, but they're very good at music or they're very good at art. And game development requires a lot of different skills. The top one is a prison. Okay. Like, potentially, a lot of that stuff you made could work in a game. So I say anybody who's yeah, it's Heartless as well. Anyone who can create stuff that can be used in the game, I'll consider game dev. Maybe creatives, like Coldtaker Kamori, sort of could literally have any of the roles in my Discord. They pretty much all apply. But I like it. Very cool stuff though. Like, I couldn't make that. My level of Blender knowledge is nowhere near that, as you can obviously tell. But yeah, Coldtaker Kamori can do music, can do visual art, can do game dev stuff. Literally, Colt could easily be a sort of a solo developer now. Yeah, you could be. You could be. Game stuff's was you, eh? You made it. I just told you what to do. That's basically all I'm doing. I'm watching someone else's video telling me what to do. Just type the code you said. Yeah. And you could have watched a YouTube video for that. So, in my mind, you are a game dev. He's back. Welcome back, Lisa. Not for long, that's okay. I will be on probably another 15 minutes. 15 minutes I'll probably sign off. Because I like to try and keep an early night now. Because I have not been having early nights for a very long time. And I need to. Well, Thank you. Next game will be a sexy one, no doubt. I'll be surprised if it wasn't a sexy one. Make sure you get enough rest. Yeah. Panda. Love the panda. Right. I'm hoping we put the body back in there. We'll delete the previous bake. We'll bake another cloth modifier on that. We're trying to make trousers. So I'm not doing it the best way. I'm kind of learning as I go that I should have made a wider piece of fabric, so to speak. You're also making sexy game now. No, I'm trying not to make a sexy game. Despite Jeffrey's protests. But if you ever need help creating anything, I'm always happy to. There's frowny face. I want a sexy game. If you need help with stuff, but my knowledge is basically regurgitated stuff. Knowledge of Python, I do. My new visual novel will be in Python. Nice. Yeah. My current project at work is in Python. I've written a clocking in device for people to clock in at work and clock out using a Raspberry Pi and a RF code scanner. So you basically push some buttons on the keypad, wave your employee card, and it'll log you in, clock you into work, and that's all written in Python, running on a Raspberry Pi as its main brain inside the machine. So I've written the whole thing on that. Scheduled Tuesday's music, Wednesday comic, Thursday art and gen, Friday game dev for visual novel. Nice. Yeah, I'm certainly happy with that. My knowledge of Python is not extensive, but I do know enough to make a full clocking system for work. Last week's been like 8 days full no gas, no breaks on music. Look, you got that covered. Cool. Thank you for dropping by, guy. Much appreciate that. Right, let's have a quick look at what's going on with this now. Well, that's kind of the look I was going for if it was higher up. So there's people that walk around with their trousers like this, and I don't quite understand it. But the stitching is fine. The stitching, well, I say fine. I do. There's sag below my ass. As long as you're comfortable, but I don't understand it. Yeah, you were a W. I'm not going to say the word in case it gets misheard by Twitch bots. Okay, so I need to change the weight, I think. We'll delete the bake. What I could probably try and do is give her braces or suspenders, depending on which you're American or English. But you can put like a little bit of fabric that goes over the top. or I move the whole thing up a little bit so it doesn't fall down so easily. Well, a group of gangster-looking black men have named me a certified gangster N, which gives me the N-word pass, of course. But for safety of your stream, I won't use it. Thank you. You know the story. Yeah. The thing is, like, bots that scan streams and stuff don't know context. A group of gangster. Interesting. On my alt, the phrase "looking black men," so the words "looking black men," has been censored. So on my alt it says, "Well, a group of gangster blank have named me a certified gangster," which is interesting. Oh, don't worry about that. Don't be afraid, bots are scanning streams. Alt racist, it seems so. It's weird. Why has it censored the phrase "looking black men"? That in itself can't. Surely is not censored. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't tell you the one friend streamed furry. Yes, yeah. Here we go. Starts. Only care of your partner. Yeah. I could probably get away with a lot of stuff, but I'll just raise that a little bit more. Yeah, same won't. Another friend streamed actual porn. Very, very weird porn, yeah. Yes, but our friend wanted to test what was able to get away with on Twitch, yeah. It was a system test. Yeah, only a test of the system. The other friend didn't see why it was a non-Twitch game. Yeah, he was lacking the understanding of such things. There we go, gravity. Don't really want any gravity going on here. He thinks he is normal, he is mainstream, yeah. I'm not going to read that sentence out loud, but that is crazy. Because even though Twitch won't do anything, me saying that phrase on YouTube might raise some flags. But we all know that's not really the case, yeah. I was just sitting there in awe. Yeah, did I mention some time ago? When I was doing an Among Us stream, which is some time ago now, somebody posted something in the Among Us chat making reference to, in a joking way, talking about how the other players are suspect and stuff, all that player's sus. And they made a comment saying this player insert conspiracy theory about a certain virus that happened in 2020. And I read it out. YouTube has removed that video because I was spreading false medical information. I tried to appeal it and said, no, you said the thing that you said something which is spreading false medical information. And so, well, it had to be removed. Funny how real false claims still exist on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube way stricter than Twitch. Yeah, like I said, well, in the context, if you watch, I actually replied. So if you watch my video, I was reading out a sort of a a sarcastic comment in the context of the game. It wasn't me saying my feelings on the matter, but no, they still said no, appeal denied. I went, oh, fair enough, I don't care. It's just me playing Among Us. It's not of consequence to my YouTube channel. But I just thought, well, you're removing a video for something that wasn't actually a thing. But the bot scanned me saying a thing and said, no, you said a thing. Asked before, but I forgot if you answered. I'm looking through your collection. What is remains? You own like 100 albums, that artist. I used to work with him. His name's Luke. He does breakbeat and owns the label. Actually, the label that he's on is his label, and he has other artists signed to it. But yeah, I used to work with him. Cool guy. But yeah, I like his music, and I've DJ'd his stuff before when I've DJ'd DJ streams. It's all breakbeat stuff that I can mix with my vinyls. No, I've told Ollie. It's O-L-Y, so one L. Interesting spelling. I think traditionally it's supposed to be spelled O-L-L-I-E. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. But he likes it with one L. I've told him about Bandcamp, so. Like, he tried to put some new music he was working on Facebook. Facebook removed it. There was no copyrighted samples. It wasn't a remix. It was all original music, and Facebook just took it down. So they said, yeah, just try Bandcamp. Put it on Bandcamp, and then post a link to Bandcamp on your Facebook to say, "Hey, I've got new music." He smoked enough to forget he has 2 L's in his name. Yeah. One of the L's just kind of slipped away. It was like, oh. Maybe the notes themselves spelled out naughty words in there. Yeah. But I say, Facebook is useless for promoting your creative works. Like, don't even bother saying, hey, here's something I've done, and then upload it to Facebook. Like, it could be pictures, it could be music, it could be video. Rubbish. Like, Facebook will compress any work you upload. If you upload music, it will compress the bitrate. You upload video, it will compress the quality. You upload a photo, it will compress the JPEG down. You really can't show your work off on Facebook directly. So you're much better off sticking it on a third-party site and then linking it. So I've told him, yeah, look into Bandcamp. And if he puts his music on Bandcamp, then more people will see it, I reckon. What does he make? Mainly kind of dancey stuff, EDM. He makes drum and bass. He makes breakbeat. He's made some dubstep. He's made like trancey stuff. Nowhere online. I don't know. It might be on SoundCloud. That's a fine. See if he's got a SoundCloud still going. It'd be old stuff though. There we go, yeah, he's got his SoundCloud. What's the last thing he uploaded? 13 years ago to his SoundCloud. Of course, SoundCloud these days isn't very good because you have to pay, don't you, to... By the way, it didn't feel like a waste buying all those Cold Step singles and all the full album. Nah. But if it was like somebody I didn't know, if it was just like an artist I started following, I'd be like, I bought all the singles and now they release as an album. But it's you. I'd rather have you recognised as being supported than sort of me worrying about multiple copies. Yeah, I tried doing Cold Step, but my album don't fit on there. Let's do subscription. Yeah. So yeah, SoundCloud's not as good these days. I saw emotes, by the way. Oh, the best emotes. Yeah, that's his SoundCloud, but he's not uploaded for ages. Well, I suppose with Bandcamp, is there any limits to Bandcamp? Can you just keep posting albums on there? I suppose the only thing with Bandcamp, of course, they will take cuts, but if you sell anything, but I think Bandcamp's one of the better ones, aren't they? They don't take as much of a cut compared to some places. I do a break. Bandcamp is 100% free to use and unlimited uploads. Nice. Just a fee when you pay me, yeah. You pay me €5, I get around 450. Oh, it's not bad, I suppose, really. Because of course they still need to pay for their servers and all that. 10%. But there's also pay fail fee, yeah. But yeah, I've told him put his music on to Bandcamp. Because if he wants to put a fee against it, he can at least sell the music. And if he wants to just lay it out for free, it's there. Well, that didn't quite work, did it? Alright, I'm just going to change a couple more settings and try again. Never put it on for free, always put a name your price. Okay, yeah, name your price. Yeah, so he wants to pay, they can pay, yeah. That is a very good point. For my cathedral rot on 0 and I have 80 plus downloads in 2 days with €30 in donations. That's pretty good. Most I've ever had. That's awesome. Do another bake. Yeah, I'll try and get him to put all his older music onto Bandcamp. And anything else he's doing on there. Okay, want to know something funny? As I was doubting to talk about since Monday, but now I have like, fuck it. Go for it. You going to sleep now? Okie dokie. Lisa, thank you for dropping by. Have a good rest and hopefully school's okay tomorrow. Yeah, those cool notes. I'll be signing off shortly. Just want to try this bake, and if not, we'll carry on next Wednesday. I was kind of worried because Metalum flagged my Lactaze Noir album is 100% AI generated, which, you know, it isn't. There are artificial sounds in it, but not AI. But it made me nervous because once you had that AI name, you're screwed, yeah. That's weird. Like, why would you flag it as AI? Oh, it's filled with elitists. Okay. They probably heard certain like generated sounds and went, oh, okay, it's not generated, but it's synthesized sounds. That says like, you know what, how good are you motherfuckers? Well, yeah. So I took a free demo to AI generator for music. Suno is called. Ah, I think I've tried that actually. I played around with some now. Got like 10 free songs, right? Yeah. I told it, give me thrash metal. Didn't even write lyrics. Just generated all. Submitted it to Metalum. They accepted it as real. Yeah. Even made up band members said the album is from 2013. They made profiles for the band members. Wow. Band is based in Belgium. See, full on trolled them with AI stuff. I know what I've done wrong. I'll have to continue with this next week, I think, because it's getting quite late. But I know what I've done now. Because I've subdivided all this, but I've not actually added the extra lines in. In case you don't know, the site is like a encyclopedia about metal, but you submit a band and they decide if metal or not. Yeah, that sounds very elitist anyway. Like if they're having to decide what is metal. So metal Wikipedia one is by elitists, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't care too much about that then. But I suppose if it brings you views, then it might be useful, but... Friends submitted the Tase Noir and they said clearly 100% AI generated. The first was scared. Tested with AI. And they bought it. And I'm like, fuck it. Yeah. They're dumb, yeah. They definitely are. Even funny, people started to donate for in bank accounts. Yeah, that is nuts. Probably seen them live and shit, but it doesn't exist. Yeah, it's definitely trolling them there. I feel kind of weird about getting money for AI generated music with made up band members. Yeah, I can understand that. But if they're going to be elitists about it anyway and stuff. It's probably those mods since they only the ones that I send a link to. Ah, yeah. Yeah, there's no what's going on with that. I'll work it out next Wednesday. It's getting late now. But we're getting somewhere though. We are getting somewhere. What I might do is start again. Now I know I need to be this kind of width and so forth. Cathedral Rot is doing great. 2 death metal YouTube channels uploaded it. Ooh, nice. Without asking, but my name and links on there, so I'm happy. Yeah. Death Metal Insta shared it. Nice. Well done. Instant traction on your art. Yeah, we have to sort out those eyes as well. Look at that, that's weird. I felt like the Taste Noir would be more popular, but it isn't. That's fair. Cathedral Rot is very typically metal. Show eyes again. Keep it like this, it's done. Finished product, ship it. Yeah, what I'll do, I'll save it here. I'm going to come back to this next week. Let's go to the full camera. Let's check my schedule. I think next week is looking good for all streams. So I'll probably have a full week of streams next week. I will be taking a week off this month. I've not worked out exactly which week, but I'm not going to take a week off because I need a week off. I want to go somewhere nice, somewhere in the UK, but somewhere nice. So yeah. But next week is looking good. I shall continue with this next Wednesday. My next stream will be on Friday. I'll be doing game dev stuff on Unity. So join me on Friday for them. But thank you all for being here. Thank you Jeffrey, thank you Lisa. Thank you Cobbler for dropping in as well. And thank you all of those that are lurking. It's been a good stream. We've made progress. 2.5 hours, so that's been pretty good. Longer than I was planning to. But we're doing good. Making progress. And I'm learning. Like, the whole point of these streams is for me to learn and for you guys to come and see the process of me learning. And help me or learn yourself. It's kind of a two-way thing going on. So thanks for being here. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your week. And I shall see you all on Friday. So I hope you have a good night. And I shall see you then. Good night.